WQMX Studios in our concert room. It's nice to have you here. I'm Scott Wynn, Sarah Kay. Sue's here. Who else here? Manny's here. Say hi, Manny. Sue Wilson. Where's Sue?
Here I am.
Yay! James, our
studio
producer.
audience.
And Brad is here from the Overnight Show. We have Justin Moore here tonight. Let's hear for Justin Moore.
Thanks for having me. Yep, tables in here since last time I was here. It's been a minute. So, and before we get started, I
wanted to show you guys that
Yes.
I brought my safety goggles.
Oh man.
Sue is
sweet as she can. This microphone's not working. Sweet as she can be, but she's dangerous. She poked me in the eye in Pittsburgh.
And I'm still trying to recover. So I brought safety where. no, that's a joke. But
did it require hospitalization or an emergency room visit or something?
I think I stayed 3-4 nights. Yeah. No. I
You have to wear like an eye patch.
I did have to wear an eye patch, and my poor tour manager. The next day we were in Baltimore. He had to play doctor all day. My wife was well, no, Lord. My wife was actually applauding you. But no, it was funny. Good to be back.
It's a slight restraining order. That's why Sue and
It's not up here,
50
yeah.
feet away from John.
So no.
Well, if you've never been here before, thanks for coming. What we're going to do, we're talking with Justin a little bit. We're going to play a few of his songs, okay, off the new project, which is album what number now?
4, which
Wow.
is hard to believe. Kind of crazy.
We can expect that when.
Sometime this summer. We've when we got to the end of the last album, the Off the Beaten Path album, we decided let's just take our time, and when we get finished with the next project, we get finished. And throughout my career, we've gone single after single after album without ever really taking a break. And so we thought we finally were at a point in our career where we could step away a little bit and nobody would forget us. So hopefully that's the case. Hopefully we weren't dead wrong on that. But when we got some stuff done, taking the extra time allowed me to be home with my wife and kids. I have 3 daughters. And so it allowed us to have some quality time, and it allowed us to find music that otherwise we wouldn't have found. And the radio has changed a lot since I came out. It's hard to believe that it is my 4th album that I've been doing it that long. But when Small Town USA was a hit, which is first hit I had, it don't sound like that nowadays. So the toughest thing for me when recording a new album today is staying true to what's gotten me this point in my career, but growing and evolving and so that we can grow and evolve our career and our fan base. So I feel like the extra time that we took allowed us to do that. So
I remember the first time that we met, you were part of we did a charity show at Tangier, and Luke Bryan was a new star at the time.
That's it.
And I'll never forget, George brought you by. I was like, hey, he's here. Can he play too? And we said, well, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And then you went on stage. I remember you wowed people. I'll never forget. Sue and I were standing backstage after that show. And after you played, you sang Small Town USA and a couple of the early songs. And this guy was backstage. He was about 280 pounds. And he was looking at Justin, and he was almost in tears. I'll never forget. He said, your music means so much to me. You sing exactly how I feel.
Wow.
And that was really, I think, what sprung you on country radio at first.
It was. I think I've always said this throughout my career that you guys want to know what we sound like on the radio and what we look like on TV. Typically, people are disappointed when they see that. But I think it matters to you more that you know who we are as individuals, in order to, y'all are spending money that you sometimes don't have to go to concerts and buy music and all that. So we've tried to do a good job throughout my career of providing keen insight as to who I am. And songs like Small Town USA have done that, definitely. So.
And I recall from that very same show with Luke Bryan thinking, well, Luke Bryan's okay. But I was way more impressed with you. Because you opened, and I was like, Small Town USA is going to be a huge hit, and that's amazing. And then I went to the bar for Luke Bryan, and I remember Sue texting me, being like, he's playing All My Friends Say Come Back In. I'm like, no, Justin's here at the bar. It's totally more impressed with you. But what do I know?
That's the last time anybody ever thought that. So thank you.
I'm still more partial.
Well, you know,
No,
Small Town USA, I think is one of my favorite country songs of the past, say, 10 or 12 years. You guys love that song too? I love that song. Every time you play it, I'm all excited to play it. Can we play one off his new album? Want to ask a question first?
Yeah, let's do it. Well, so tell us about what we're going to hear, and what I kind of want to know. We were talking about that first album, in your development from there to now. What feels really different about this project from that first one?
You know, I've always been a fan, as a fan of other artists. I've always been a fan of people who make a different album each time they make an album. And you know, our first album was, I think, a really good mixture of traditional country and southern rock, which is my two favorite genres, I guess, of all time, and my favorite music. My second album, I wanted to make a lot more country than my first album. It was probably the most traditional country album I've made, and then the most recent album, up to this point, was probably the most diverse album that we had made. We pushed the envelope a little bit for me, which is tough. I got people going, "It's okay, go, you can do this." But you know, again, the fact that you know, what the consumers are buying and what radio sounds like nowadays is drastically different than when I came out 8 years ago. And so this album, you know, I'm always concerned with. I grew up on you know, Alan Jackson, George Strait, you know, and then guys older than that, traditional stuff, and that's what comes out of me naturally when I write songs, and that's what you know, that's what I love personally better than any other type of country music. So I'm always really concerned about not completely departing from that, but also I got a lot of diapers to buy, and I like being on the radio. So it's been fun for me to go in and do some stuff in the studio we haven't done, you know, as far as recording goes specifically. So that's a long-winded way of saying I think we've done a better job on this record of marrying the two together than we ever have before. So
What are we going to hear this first song?
this is the first song. I've said this a few times in the past that, excuse me, my wife I let her have a lot of say, like I have a choice in the matter. I let her have a lot of say-so in songs, and she's got a really good ear and has picked a number of my hit records in the past. So I kind of lean on her because she's honest with me and she listens the way that, you know, sometimes we don't listen. You know, we'll go, don't get to the hook fast enough. It's this, it's to that. And so she loved this first song we're going to play, and I was kind of lukewarm on it. And I promised her last time I did not cut a song that she wanted me to cut that was later a big hit for somebody else. I told her I would never do that again. So I got a phone call from my producer who co-wrote this song. He said, "Man, I need to know if you want to record this song because Keith Urban wants to cut it because Nicole loves it." And I said, "I'll take it. I don't need that on my conscience." And so as we've been out doing this is the song that one of the couple songs that people are kind of losing their minds over. So once again, my wife was right, so I have to live with that. But anyway, it's called "Got It Good." On.
I agree with the ladies.
Thank you.
I think you like the
wife.
one.
Thank
You
you.
guys are like the first in the area to hear that song. What do you think about that? Pretty cool?
No, thank you. I appreciate it. I've been saying this too as we go around the country and do this. We did this with my last album. I can sit up here and play this stuff acoustically, but it's just not. It doesn't come across the same way as it's supposed to come across. One being because I'm a terrible guitar player. The other being because I would rather people hear it like that, like they're gonna hear it on the radio. And we've just like I was saying how I love traditional country music, and that's what I love doing. I've been telling people I know that there's fans of mine out there who love that's what I do. There's plenty of redneck testosterone, old school country on this album. I don't want to get twisted that this album is a complete departure. We've been bringing the stuff that I deem to be a little outside of my proverbial box, just to get the scaring people out of the way. That part. So.
Would you find making that transition easy?
No, it's difficult. I mean, I'm stubborn, and I mean, again, it's what I naturally, when you sit down with a guitar or at a piano and you're gonna write a song, this person here may have a tendency to do this, and I have a tendency to do that. So, but it's been a lot of fun at the same time because I've met, the thing is, everybody goes, Justin, like my management label, they're like, dude, if you sing it, it's gonna be country. Like you whether you want it to be or not.
That's pretty fair, yeah.
And so,
That song's great and it's Justin, but it's not
Thank you.
backwards.
Thank you. Yeah, it's different. Yeah. So,
But it worked.
so yeah, it's been a lot of fun for me. I've enjoyed it, and I think having the additional time, like I said, this window of time has been a lot of fun.
Well, there's no doubt that sounded a lot different than the album 6-7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard a lot of people say on this stage and in national interviews, you cannot continue to record the same album over.
Now you
and
have
over
to. Yeah,
You can't do that, and that's pretty great. What
What
else
didn't
we
get bored with it? You were talking about Luke earlier. Luke, when a song's on, I'm gonna educate you guys just a little bit on, because I know a lot of times we talk in the industry and everybody's going, I don't have a clue what they're talking about. So if a publisher sends me a song to listen to that they want me to record or think that I may want to record, the process after that is if I like it, then I put it what's called on hold, which means nobody else can record it until I say yes, I'm going to record it, or no, I'm not going to record it. So, and you can have the first hold, second hold, third, fourth, fifth, etc. So I heard this song, fell in love with it, and wanted to record it, and my producer says, well, Luke's got the first hold on it. And I'm going, well, crap, if Luke's got the first hold and Luke wants it, he's going to get it. And so Luke and I have known each other since before either one of us had a record deal, and have been good buddies. He's a great guy. I called or texted him. I said, dude, what's the deal with this song? Because I want to record it. And he said, man, if you want it, take it, go for it. So that goes on a lot, point at you, Blake Shelton and I were battling over that one, and he gave it to me. So I'm pretty thankful to him, and thankful to Luke for this one. So it's called Hell on the Highway.
Justin Moore, well done.
Thank you. Luke would have totally screwed that up. I did him a favor.
I agree, again. How about a question from the room?
Sure.
Ashley, is there Ashley? All right, you had a question about the show, since you're gonna be coming to our Country Fest
Yes.
this summer.
Looking forward to it.
Thursday night had
What's
Thank you.
your
I appreciate
question,
it.
Ashley?
My question is just, what song do you listen to before you go out on the stage? Like, what song really gets you pumped before you go out?
It's different every night. There's I don't even know who this is or what kind of music it is. Just like this one song, I don't even know where I heard it. Imagine Dragons song. What? I don't even know the name of it. Somebody's got it on their iPod and they play it. What is it?
I know, just it's
Yes.
Radioactive, yeah.
Yep, that's it. Yep, that's it. That one, that's a little bit of an off the wall one for me. If it's not that, it's just like typically it's Hank Jr. Anything Hank Jr. So
Haley, is it Haley?
So how many pairs of cowboy boots do you have?
oh goodness, my wife and I are building a house right now. So
One for the shoes too?
well, we've been married 9 years and we built one house together and renovated another one together. I think we'll make it another 9 if we don't kill each other during this one. So, but no, my grandfather bought the land that we're building this house on from his grandfather, and I just recently bought it from my grandpa. So, been our family since the late 1800s. So we're excited, but there's a lot of passion between the two of us right now. Passionate about this, and for me, it's like I'm passionate about not having this and not having that because I would like to retire at some point in my life. But no, I say all that to say this. I was just having a conversation about my particular closet in our bedroom, which is not real big compared to hers. She's got a dressing room and a closet. Yeah, right. So, but I got a bar. So, but she put a window in my closet, and I said, I mean, that's cool, I guess, but I'm not ever going to go into my closet to look out the window and go, well, that's a pretty view. Ever. She
You
goes,
can see if something matches. You need
What?
that light.
No,
Make
she
sure
said-
you're color coordinated.
which I love her response. She goes, I hope you come in here and you miss getting to see a big buck deer out there that you could have shot out the window. Because I nixed the window for more room for my boots. But that's the only thing I have a lot of is boots. I probably have 40, 50 pair. So, and I don't have a boot deal. I've got, a whiskey deal, gun deal, truck deal. I don't have a boot deal. So I've got to wait till minute. I know, they're stingy.
I was thinking the same thing. How do you not have?
We can work on that one.
I gave them all to Jason. I do actually wear them all. I really do. I usually wear the same couple pairs on stage because you just destroy them. As you can tell, these are just, destroyed. I probably resold these 15 times.
We'll get to another song, but Kenny, you had a good question.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
Boy, that's probably to fly. Probably to fly because I'm terrified of flying. So I feel like if I could do it on my own,
Yeah, you'd be in control.
maybe I wouldn't be scared of it. And then I could fly home anytime I want.
Where would you put all your boots though?
I fly with them.
Okay.
I check them.
All right, so we got this new album coming out. We were talking when the first song was playing. There's no actual release date on the album yet, right?
No, just to kind of follow with the theme of the whole process of making this album. I don't want to put any time restrictions or constraints on it. When it's done, it's done. My goal is to give you guys at radio and you guys the best album we've ever made, and I'm really proud of all 3 of the ones we've made. So I want to make certain before we do that everything is in order. And so I'm thrilled with the songs we have picked out. I love them. We have probably a little over half of the album recorded, and we can finish the other 5, 6 songs in a matter of days. It's just finding those days to go do it.
So this is really an exclusive experience everybody's having here, because some of these songs aren't even completely mastered.
Oh, none of
are they?
these
This
are.
isn't the final product.
Yeah, these
so-
sound like crap, to be honest.
No, they don't, but this is really
They do
cool.
to me. No, that's our technical jargon. I mean, they're not mixed, they're not mastered. I'm listening to them going, this needs to be changed and that needs to be changed. And so, but
That's cool.
this is an experience I would have loved to have had when I was, growing up idolizing Charlie Daniels or whatever. So that's kind of how we came up with this idea to go do this. So I hope that you guys are enjoying it. So, and if you don't like the music, just act like you do.
What next kind of crappy song are we gonna hear?
I kid.
And this one's mediocre. It's a little bit better than crap. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Y'all know I'm never serious. Every album, it seems like I write with somebody different than I did before, or I get songs from somebody that I've not gotten any from in my career, and I'm going, why? How do I know about this guy? Why have I not heard any songs from him before? And that guy on this album is a guy named Randy Montana, who is a great artist in his own right.
He's been on this stage too.
He's a
yeah.
great artist and a better songwriter than I even thought he was, and I knew that he was really good one. So I've got 2 or 3 of his songs that we're going to potentially cut. This is the only one we've cut up to this point, but as a songwriter myself, I always feel like every song has been written, and I know at some point every songwriter's felt that way. And when you hear one that has not been written and it's so simple, you're going and you get mad about, like, why didn't I write that like 1,000 times by now? It's a good song. So that's what this song was to me. It's called "Put Me in a Box." Put me
Who jumped, who jumped the battle for that one? Anybody?
No, that one was just me, thankfully.
I'm still kind of blown away that pointed at you was down to you and Blake Shelton, because that's just such a huge song, I think.
It really is.
Yeah, it was a big song for us. It was again, it was kind of him to let go of it, and that happens a lot. I mean, I've given songs away, and vice versa, and what goes around comes around. And for the most part, we're all buddies. So it was. I just recently gave one to somebody that I was going to cut for this album, and it was their first single off of their album. So.
Katina is mentioning that if you need a place to party after Country Fest, she's got her campsite number right here for Place Park this
All
Sunday.
right.
Katina sent you
Y'all
and her
cool?
phone number.
Too?
Yeah, we'll throw.
Okay. All right.
Country Fest
Thank
is
you.
Crazy
I like
fun.
it. I like it.
We had Luke Bryan there.
Did you?
If you go back in the campground, you think of
You
names.
get lost. I'm hoping that it's a little better weather when we come to that. I told
The snow should be gone by then.
I told George that works
Yeah.
for a record label yesterday. I said, I love you, but I'm sick of being here with you. It's just cold, and I love y'all, and I'm happy to be here. But woo,
Yeah.
I'm not built for this stuff. I'm
We'll promise it'll be
Chilly.
warmer.
okay.
We
Good.
can promise
We can't
that.
promise.
We can't promise it'll
We're
be
gonna do our
dry.
best, okay? It'll be
Yeah.
mid-June.
Number of levels.
Well,
It'll be better.
So Red Akins is a good friend of mine, and we've written a lot of songs together. We all over the course of my career, and so anytime Red has a song that he sends me, I go, yeah, let me hear it. So he's obviously phenomenal and he's wildly successful as a songwriter, and so I'll play you. Do you have my phone back there? You got Middle Class Money on there? Oh, do you have it? Oh, okay.
Well, while we're waiting, I
We're
want
gonna change phones for the
Yeah, we'll play you
song.
something. We'll play you something real. This is kind of from the different side of the album. Play something a little more hillbilly. What's the
Do you
Sue?
have a
I'm sorry.
question, Sue?
Oh yeah, I
Go
didn't know
ahead.
whether you were going to another. Well, I was just going to ask, where is Kelsey? Kelsey,
Okay,
it's
sure,
Kelsey's
Kelsey.
birthday today.
Happy birthday!
So she kind of wanted you to say happy birthday, maybe even sing
Happy
a verse.
birthday, honey.
Thank you.
Y'all want to sing happy birthday to Kelsey?
Okay. Yes.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kelsey. Happy birthday to you. How old are you? 25. Your insurance goes down. This year.
And you can rent a car.
That's the only part. That's the only. Oh, you can rent a car. I forgot about that. It's been so long ago.
You want to rent a car all the time.
Hey, but that's important.
It is.
It really is.
It really is.
I can get you my enterprise discount.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
Are we ready
I like
with the song now?
Okay, sorry. Yes, let's focus on the scene.
Yeah, I heard this song and I thought, man, this describes my life growing up so much and so many other people. So. Thank you. So, there's something for all you Justin Moore traditionalists. We get all that stuff too. So
I like the clicks and pops on
Me
that.
too.
yeah, thank you.
Vinyl.
White noise. Yeah, that song. I thought, man, we need something a little quirky on harmonica or something you don't ever hear. And Chris is phenomenal harmonica player, and he came in and did that for us. So he's a great guy. So we become good friends. He actually wrote the title track to my previous album, Off the Beaten Path. So
Do we have Eric? Eric? What's your question?
excuse me.
What's your favorite memory from being on tour?
Ever in my career?
Other than me poking.
In 10 years.
Right.
Wow, that's tough. That is tough to answer that question. I would, if I had to. Gosh, it's tough to pick one. That's hard. It's like you're picking between your kids, which at times is easier
I know you.
than others. A couple. But when I debuted on the Grand Ole Opry, I still have both my grandpas, and they were backstage watching me play on the Grand Ole Opry. So that's one I'll always remember. Anytime I play back home, it's awesome because the passion from the people around home is just so cool to see. And I would have to say, not because George is here, but we've talked about it this week, when my first single officially went #1, Small Town USA, I was playing a little club in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and it goes official at midnight. Was it midnight of Saturday? Yeah, y'all know better than I do. And we were on stage, and somebody told me, and so needless to say, the rest of that show and after, some ridiculous behavior ensued, and in a celebratory fashion. But the funny thing was, the next day, I was supposed to sing the national anthem at Lambeau Field for a Packer game, and George is a big Packers fan, and hooked it all up, and I was excited because I'm a fan of football. I'm a Steelers fan, but hey, more titles than anybody in the world ever. Just saying. I'm gonna get booed out.
We still love you.
Yeah, don't hold that against me. No, I was excited, and we go, and we're walking into the stadium, and George goes, "By the way, have you?" And we both look awful, by the way. He goes, "Have you ever? When's the last time you sang the national anthem?" I said, "I ain't never sang the national anthem." He said, he goes, "Huh? Like you've never sang it in a high school game or anything?" I go, "No." I said, "Why?" He goes, "Well, I mean, this is Lambeau Field. I mean, there's a slapback and this and that." And so I said, "I got ice water in my veins, George. Just give me a shot of whiskey. We'll be good to go." So we did 2 or 3 of those. Then we went out there. It was fine. And so that was a really memorable way to. That's back when I had a mullet.
Kind of piggyback into his question, what is the largest crowd you think you've ever played in? I've always wondered, have you ever played in front of one of those ridiculously huge crowds?
Yeah, we've played a couple of football stadium shows, 70,000, something like that, 80,000. The big, what used to be Fanfare, now CMA Fest.
Right.
When you play LP, it's like 60,000. And we did a show with Chesney in Baton Rouge at Tiger Stadium where LSU plays, and that was probably 85,000, something like that. So it's easier to play in front of big crowds. Like if you had to play here, it's way, way, way more difficult.
Yeah.
So,
Why is that?
You see their
everybody's
faces?
probably because you can see
Yeah.
their faces, and you can see the scowl on people's faces when something's bad, and I don't know why that is really. I mean, it's like I get more nervous to play at church and the Grand Ole Opry than I do anywhere. And I was telling Charlie Daniels this one time at the Opry, and he goes, "You know why that is?" He said, "Because it matters to you." He said, "And if it didn't, you shouldn't be doing it." So I thought that was pretty well said. So we'll play y'all one more song, then y'all want to get some pictures and
All right.
all that good stuff.
Yeah, what we'll do is when we're done here, if you've never been here before, we'll go out in the front, we'll take pictures and autographs and everything else, okay?
So yeah, nobody. Speaking of Charlie Daniels, he and I had a duet on my last album, or 2 albums ago. I don't even remember. Second album? I don't remember. But we'll have one for you on this album too. And I happen to be going out on tour with the guy that may be on it. And the song, I tease it. We don't have it recorded, but it's called "More Middle Fingers." So a little vintage me for you. But this is a song that is another one that we've been getting a pretty big response to, and this is some more rock driven for me, which is it's been a lot of fun because I do like rock stuff too. So it's called "Between You and Me." And it's super rough, so. Before we do all this, I want to thank you guys and Sue and everybody here at QMX for letting us come do this. Thank you guys for taking time out of your schedule to allow us to do this, and hope you enjoyed it. And I hope that we see y'all real soon. But y'all, it goes unnoticed, or a lot of times it goes unsaid, but doesn't go unnoticed from us. The job that these guys do at this station, y'all should be very proud. You got a great station here. And,
Thank you.
nobody's been more supportive of me in my career, and I want you guys to know how much I appreciate that.
And we thank you for all supporting us. You came to 10 years, raising money for us. You came to Tree of Lights a couple of years ago and helped us out with that. And we have a great relationship with you. And Justin, it's great to have you here.
Look forward to seeing you at Country Fest.
Very good. Let's hear it for Justin Moore. Give us a couple minutes. We'll get him set up out front. We'll get you that truck too. Thanks for coming, okay?